another video. I finally got myself a new bike, and I know I've had a few new bikes, but most of the bikes that I've had in the last year or so have all been like sponsored or given to me. I actually paid for this. This is actually a new bike that I have bought, and I'm pretty excited about it. Thinking about getting one of these bikes for a while. Obviously up until this point in the channel I am just been like full on roadie, and then I kind of last year, about a year ago, got my G2 gravel bike and kind of like moved over onto like the off-road scene a little bit. Recently in the Wairarapa, like where my bike shop is, we've sponsored a miniature like in-town mountain bike park. So it's got like 5 different trails and stuff, and we put like a big chunk of money into getting that up and running because it's going to be good for the community and stuff. So I thought I'd treat myself to a mountain bike. So I've gone with the new Trek Fuel EX7 2023 model, like full suspension. Apparently this is going to be like the best bike for me to like start on. I haven't actually owned a mountain bike since I was 10, gone like full roadie, triathlon, road, track, everything since then. This is pretty much my first ever like proper mountain bike I've ever owned. Right, so being my first mountain bike, or full suspension mountain bike, there's a lot of stuff I still have to learn. This one's running Dior XT 1x, as you can see. I did look at the older Trek Fuel, but like this new frame just looks so much cooler. It's got a completely new like triangle, and apparently, I'm not sure how this works, because obviously this doesn't really happen in the road industry, but you can change the angle of this rear shock to make it more and less aggressive for different types of riding. So if you're doing a lot of downhill, you can put it back onto like a bigger float setting, but if you're doing a lot more like riding up and downhill, you can have it where it's sitting at the moment. And the same with the angle of the fork and stuff at the front. It's pretty fancy for a bike, and I'm pretty sure like this retails for only like 5.5 grand, so a lot of bang for your buck at this rate. But yeah, before I start building and trying to get this all up and running for this afternoon, I get a little bit of a run through. Obviously, 1x Dior XT rear derailleur, you got an SLX, 1x at the front, it's running a 32, and then this is what I mean about the float. So it's got a more and a less setting here, so you can put it front or back, which is pretty sick. Then at the front you got a RockShox 35. And it comes stock with obviously 29-inch tires with a, what is it, 2.5 by 29 on the back one charger, which need to be pumped up. And I think I'm gonna run these tubeless as well once I get it all set up. But the color of this bike is like, it's almost like a purpley, like really dark blue. It's pretty sick. They have 2 different color options. There's like a lithium gray, which is a matte one, or there's this blue one, which is gloss. And then also, like the Trek checkpoint reviews that I've done, has this little box here, so you flick that open, pop it up, and you can obviously get all of your stuff in there. So yeah, we'll pop that back in there. And then just like that, easy as, bottle cage on there. And then she's ready to go, and obviously she's running a dropper seat post as well. So yeah, that's like a quick overview of the bike and like everything. We're going to build it up tonight. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get a ride in on this video, but we're definitely going to get it built and going to get it all spec'd up, so hopefully I can go for a ride on it in the weekend. Obviously with the team and the channel, we're running full laser helmets. I've got 2 Ventos up there and a Genesis, and they've also been kind enough to jump on board. So Shimano and Laser are sending me a Jackal, which is like their top of the range like normal mountain bike helmet. I'm also getting a full face one for some like funny videos and some big stuff we've got coming up as well. So that's just, they've just released that. I think it's called Cage Kinetic Core, which is pretty sick. But yeah, pretty excited about this. I've got too many road bikes and track bikes and stuff in this room. Finally, nice to have some fat tires on the channel. Pretty much have the Trek's Fuel EX all built. It is such a sick looking bike. I was weighing up for ages the 2 different color choices, but no, this is definitely a sick option. And how good is it gonna look? But yeah, so now I'm just gonna quickly take to the shop. I'm gonna do all the tubeless stuff. It's so much easier to set up all the tubeless stuff with a compressor and everything at the shop. Obviously you can do it with like a normal bike pump and stuff, but it's just 10 times easier when you've got that. So head to the shop and then I'll nip back, and then we might take it out for a little bit of a spin. But yeah, I'm so excited to get on this thing and actually do some riding that isn't just like monotonous road riding where you're just constantly just looking down at your Garmin and like checking what power you're doing and stuff. Like, it was enjoyable and stuff training for Southland, but now it's done and it's time to actually have some fun. It pissed down last night. I wasn't actually able to get out on the Fuel EX, but I'm out on it today just taking the dog for a walk. But yeah, my initial thoughts is it feels absolutely sick. Obviously I took it into the shop yesterday, we tubeless up the tyres and everything, so they're all good to go. Tuned all the gears, everything's running real schmick at the moment. I haven't got any cleats on at the moment, I'm just running flat foot. But I'm thinking eventually I'll run cleats, but like with the cages around them, so I can flat foot and put my clips in depending on what type of riding I'm doing. What are you doing in there? But yeah, here she is in all her glory, all ready to go. Obviously I chucked the bottle cage and stuff on yesterday. We chucked on a mash guard as well. Other than that, it's all bled, all ready to go. Dropper seat's working, seat height set to mine. So obviously when I put the dropper up, it goes up to 720, which is the same height I use on my roadie and my track bike and everything else. So it's all ready to go. One of the reasons I did end up buying a mountain bike as well to add to the collection of bikes that I do have is trying to promote mountain biking and just riding and cycling in the Wairarapa, which is obviously where I live in New Zealand and where my bike shop is. So I'm going to try and get into that. We sponsor that mountain bike park for this, but there's still so many opportunities for cycling and especially mountain biking in the Wairarapa. I thought this could be my way of kind of like throwing my hat in the ring and kind of experiencing something else, another side of cycling that I've never done before. So I'm really excited about it. Next video we're going to actually take it out for a proper test ride, and I'm going to wear some baggies, which will be funny as well. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want to see some mountain biking content as well.